I mean, it's so if we look at the backdrop of the sector that we're operating in, it is one of the fastest growing sectors. It's much less susceptible to market forces. There's this constant arms race between those that are trying to defend companies and those that are trying to hack or attack them. And therein lies the opportunity for SRM. When you combine that with, as we've talked about, the fact that risk transfer to insurance is not going to be available, there's probably going to be some form of governmental regulation around paying ransom, i.e. you're not allowed to, or you're certainly not allowed to insure against it. And so we're going to end up with companies having to really focus on their cyber resilience, i.e. making sure that their cyber security is much, much better than it is. And then if they are hacked, negotiating on that ransom, because they're not going to have that covered by the insurance. And then on top of that, you overlay GDPR, which has been pretty quiet, a bit like when FCPA and Bribery Act first came in, there was a sort of flurry of activity. It then quietened down, and then some fines started coming through, and everyone thought, oh wow, this is here to stay. And so they then start baking that into their processes. And I think that's what we're going to see here. There's been a false pause because of COVID, and I don't think that the regulators have had the appetite to put out some big fines. But as I said, there was a big one that came through for Amazon just recently. And then I think the other opportunities are really around that skills gap and the skills shortage. And so, for example, what we've done is build our own internal academy to train people who are coming into the sector, and that's working really well as a form of building resource without having to buy it from outside, which is really expensive. And then one other area I think that we've just seen recently, even over the last month or so, is the appetite from the boards of companies to start really thinking about this seriously. And so we've been running sessions for several boards of some listed businesses and others that other well-known brands, to just get them thinking about those key questions in terms of ransomware and cyber. So lots to play for, and helped by the fact that there's a good bit of regulation out there. There's that reputational risk, and of course there's an extremely aggressive hacking community.